Hi everyone. I'm making this audio because sorry, because I had issues with this with some clients in the past and not so long ago. And I just want to make this clear to everyone. So, if you are a baby witch that hires me and you attempt to do your own spells, that's perfectly fine. I have some clients who are boosting the spells with a little rituals, and that's okay. That's okay. However, if you are an unexperienced baby witch, so you don't have a lot of experience and you want to work with, your ancestors or spirits or, deities, demons, whomever. The thing is, and this doesn't go just for clients, this goes for everybody, honestly. I just want to warn people. I have mentioned this probably a couple of times, maybe not as thoroughly sorry as I will today. The thing is, you don't have experience to do that. You should only work with your own energy. So that's where you start. And some continue working just with their own energy, and it's okay. It's good enough. You don't have to work with the deity. You don't have to work with angels. You don't have to work with demons. um, you really don't have to. Magic can be done in a bunch of ways. It doesn't mean it works better if you worked with someone. It doesn't necessarily mean that. Okay, so everybody practices magic their own way, and working with someone is not as simple as you think. And I don't make audios about how to do that just because I don't want anyone to get in some sort of danger or trouble, because like I said, it's not simple. It's not just like that. It doesn't work just like that. It depends who we're working with, of course, but it just doesn't work the way you think. Now, what I do with my clients is I do let them bond with the angel I work with. So they do get instructions how to do that. It's not them working with angel. It's not them performing sorry spells. It's them just giving offerings and thanks, and that's what it's about. So it's perfectly safe, and they do almost all of them always tell me they felt the angel, they felt the connection, they felt that she was listening to them because they managed to connect properly, and it's perfectly safe. It's harmless. So this is not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is if you and you don't have to be a client. I just mentioned that some clients have done it because they have, and I'm gonna talk a bit more about that later. But if you have no experience with magic, or if you only have experience working with your own energy and it's limited, you haven't read a lot of books, you don't really have the knowledge. You can't do this properly, and it's dangerous. It's potentially dangerous. Okay, I'm giving this warning because magic can be dangerous for sure. Like if you don't know how to work it, if you don't have the experience, if you don't have the knowledge. I've read so many books. I even went to classes about magic. I finished courses. I've done, it's 20 years of experience. Um, and it doesn't happen just like that. I couldn't do these things when I was a baby witch. I didn't know these things that I know today, and I'm telling you, don't play with this. Now I'm gonna tell you what can happen. The best case scenario, and honestly the one that happens the most, thankfully, is that nothing will happen because you're not going to be able to make a connection to the spirit you're connecting with. So nothing will happen. And that's great. That's actually great. That's good for you. You should not be sad because nothing happened, because you're safe. Now, what can happen is your spell can go wrong. It can go badly, because what people tend to do, and what I've noticed is their favorite, is to summon demons. Okay, so no experience, nothing, and you go ahead and you summon demons, like for real. Now, the thing with demons is, number one, you have to be really experienced with working with demons and with magic in general to be able to pull this off. So you gotta be a prestige witch for this. And even then, you gotta be really careful with them. Lots of offerings and everything. They love, they want, because they are. It's not easy to work with them. All right. And another thing is, you never know with a demon how it may turn out. So it might seem like you're getting what you want, but then it just turns the other way. Okay. And I had clients that were summoning demons behind my back, and then weird stuff started to happen, and they were like complaining, and I was like, I don't understand why this is happening. Everything was going so well. We got such nice movement, and now this. And then they confessed, and I was like, oh. So I have ways to save you from that. Of course, I'm gonna do it, for free. However, I will say I really ask of you not to do that. Okay, I don't recommend it. Like I said, the best thing that can happen is nothing. But if you manage to connect and you're not experienced, you haven't done it properly, bad things can happen. So please don't do that. Come on. And it's I just find it so bizarre that all of those unexperienced people are just going right into demons, because everybody thinks they're the most powerful. They're gonna get their wish if they just use some black magic. Really, really, guys, is this really what we want to do? Think about it. I understand you're desperate, I understand you're needy, I understand you're obsessed, I understand you want it as soon as possible, but this is not the way to get it. It's the way to not get it, to be honest. So, yeah, I just don't think you should be doing those things. And again, I can't force anyone to listen to me, unfortunately. As we know, we can't force people. So I can't force you guys either. But this is just a nice recommendation. I have nothing against practitioners that work with demons, again, about nothing against black magic practitioners, but I will say they know what they're doing. They did their research, they did a lot of, you know, reading, a lot of learning. They didn't just wake up one day and summon a demon because they saw something on the internet. That's not how they got to where they are now. Trust me, there's no way that happened that way. And I just don't recommend this to inexperienced people. I don't recommend them to do any sorts of magic unless it's with their own energy. I honestly do not recommend it, and I don't think it would work, or at least not properly. So be careful. And yeah, that is what I wanted to say. I hope you're gonna listen to me. I know what it's like to be like desperate and needy and everything, and nothing seems to be working. So I understand, I do. But trust me, this is not the way. It's just not. And I'm making this warning for all of you. I do sincerely hope you're gonna listen, because just use your logic and think about how stupid it is to do that sort of stuff. Like, yeah, I don't know what to say. accept, take care of yourselves, be careful. Always think about consequences, no matter how desperate you are. And this goes not just for summoning demons, this goes for anything you're doing. So people do stuff out of desperation. Like, for example, if they're trying to get the ex back, they will do something stupid out of desperation that's gonna actually ruin their chances. So that's all mentioned in my instructions, but do not just always, no matter how desperate or anxious you are or whatever, just think about the consequences logically. And is this a really good idea? Just take that minute and think it through and don't just impulsively react. And I'm saying this as a person who is an Aries sun, so I do have this impulsiveness in me as well, and I did a lot of this shit in the past, where I would just react on a whim, because it's just in my nature. However, it can be controlled, and you can work on that, just like I did. Okay.